Greetings to you wherever you may be on this very early morning, which is 3:36 a.m., cold, wintry morning, and I am dressed accordingly. My name is Anthony Altman, and I am the author and reader of this audio article and video, which is copyrighted by Anthony Bennett Altman 2024, with all rights reserved. The title of this video and article, audio article, is World Conditions and Circumstances updated as at the 20th of December 2023. And yet I'm recording this on the 7th of January 2024. I have been observing conditions and circumstances around our world according to available information that may or may not be accurate, and I have arrived at some stark conclusions which I wish to share with you today. I feel that humanity has suffered and continues to suffer severe blows that affect the very fabric upon which humanity has based its existence over the centuries and millennia. In fact, I'm not sure if such blows inflicted upon humanity will result in humanity being mortally wounded to the degree of the possible sixth mass extinction of the human race, as many people have prophesied. I'm not sure about that, but I'm just sharing what I am observing. This is a most negative conclusion. Yet in the cold light of day, which is not quite yet, in a few hours maybe, but it's cold. This seems to be the course charted by humanity at this time, whether intentionally or unintentionally. You see, I am firm in my own knowing that humanity, which is a group of human beings having a group life experience, according to the reality created and co-created by all the individual human beings forming humanity, which is then reflected by the group, human society, humanity. In other words, all the suffering is not done to us by others, as some people would believe. As much as the people are allowing such suffering to occur without much resistance, without most human beings standing together and saying, no, thank you, no more. Instead, the people have quietly accepted the yoke that was placed around their necks, and the results are what we observe and experience today, which has taken hundreds of years for us to create our present circumstances, maybe even longer than that. The reason this has occurred, in my perception, is because most human beings are operating less than par, meaning that they are utilizing a tiny fraction of their vast reserves of consciousness and immense human potential, as I so often discuss in all my other videos and articles and audio articles. These qualities lie dormant deep within each one of us, waiting to be awoken from what is known as soul amnesia, resulting in most people being what is termed as asleep. How is that possible, you may ask? I have given this deep thought, and I have listened to many commentators on the subject to conclude, that our group of 8 billion humans on this planet fall into various groups that influence and govern how we all think, speak, and act. I include myself because I have been governed until I learned to be less governed. Number one, People born into dysfunctional families, including divorced parents. Number two, people conditioned to believe that they do not count, that only the group counts, little realizing that individuals make up the group. Dysfunctional individuals make a dysfunctional group. So many people don't seem to understand that. Number three, people subjected to a dysfunctional and inferior educational system. That's a completely different subject to have discourse upon, because people don't realize how bad, how inferior, how limiting general education really is. Number four, people subjected to a dysfunctional and corrupt medical system that we are now seeing. Number five, people subjected to a dysfunctional and corrupt political system that we are now seeing. Number six, people subjected to a dysfunctional and corrupt financial system. Number seven, people subjected to a dysfunctional and corrupt mainstream media that we are seeing very clearly. Number eight, people subjected to constant and avoidable wars and conflict. Number nine, people subjected to a dysfunctional and corrupt social system. Yes. Number 10, people subjected to racism, judgment, and oppression. 11, people subjected to poisoned water, air, and food. 12, people who have avoided developing their own inner potential and consciousness. 13, people in different states or levels of consciousness which resonate with the concept of soul age groups, which I have discussed before. 14, a democracy where the majority of the people have no real idea what the truth is or what is really going on, who make democratic decisions that affect those who do know what is going on. This is where democracy is at its weakest. Instead of developing the people's potential to a high level of conscious awareness and intelligence, the people are kept at the lowest level, and this is done with intent to fulfill a particular purpose that may refuse to acknowledge, that many refuse to acknowledge. Instead, they continue to suffer, the people that is, or live in an illusory bubble, insulating themselves from the truth, which is temporary at best. But that temporary could last hundreds of years. Democracy is I've just had a note that my microphone may not be working so well, so we'll see. Let me continue. Democracy is a wonderful concept, but only when knowledge and wisdom are encouraged and activated, which is not the case in our present society. I'm having a lot of technical issues, and Mercury is retrograde at the moment, so I'm not really surprised. The nature of life is to evolve and improve. How have we humans improved ourselves? Good question. Yes, we have improved technologically, which is now being used contrary to the well-being of the people. We have not increased our individual consciousness or expanded our individual conscious awareness or improved the means by which we live and interact with each other and by being better stewards of our planet. Too many people believe the lies and deception of the few whose intention is to take full control of this planet and all life thereon and therein. For instance, few people realize that if the powers that be actually do achieve a zero carbon dioxide footprint, we will all die. Why, you may ask? Excuse me. A little bit of cynicism, I do apologize, but you know, I see so much truth. Why would we die? Because CO2 is a vital constituent of our physical bodies. To be told that destroying and burying trees is the way to combat climate change is an insult to my intelligence and your intelligence. Too many people do not know, and yet they obey what they are told by those with private and nefarious intentions, of which far too many people are just so oblivious. This state of affairs will actually destroy humanity if we humans do not alter the course we have charted thus far. In order to do this, we're required to develop more of our individual and innate potential, intelligence, consciousness, and thus expand our conscious awareness so that we can perceive the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Personally, I am committed to continue my campaign of informing the people of their greater potential and to help inspire and motivate them to make better choices in how they think about themselves. I'm not sure if this is an exercise in futility, excuse my cynicism, but I'm compelled to do it anyway, no matter the results. And the reason I say that is because so many people just deny what I'm talking about. And yet, at the same time, so many more people are in agreement as more people become aware of their greater potential. I have a website that is currently being updated that offers information that can be helpful in inspiring more people to develop their innate consciousness, enabling them to help make positive changes as a human being on this planet. There's a lot of free information. There's some books being sold there. A lot of free information. I wish more people would avail themselves of that information. I've also embarked on making short inspirational and motivational videos that should by now be posted on the video page of the website that I will be posting there and on other social media. For me, this is a huge undertaking because I do not fare very well with dealing with all the social media, but this is the way I am able to present all that I do in front of many more people. And yet I'm willing to do it so that more people can access this information and be inspired and motivated to develop more of their much, much greater potential. My website will reflect this new approach while also presenting some of my ebooks for sale, as I mentioned. And to this end, my website designer, Mary Lee Weir, the designer and creator of the website, will be making all the adjustments and applying the updates. All this is a huge undertaking for a person of my age, 78. Sometimes I don't feel my age, and sometimes I do. Yet I'm compelled to do so because of my love for humanity and my love for the truth. The intention, my intention, is that each one of us is to take steps to improve ourselves so that we are more than we have ever been. Our very existence depends upon this, to be honest with you. If not, we are toast. Humanity is toast, burnt up by our own intransigence to improve ourselves, causing us to succumb to that which is wholly and entirely avoidable. This is our greatest existential threat at this time, and whether we survive it or not depends upon you and me, and most of us around the world, sufficient in number to create a tipping point, a critical mass, to effect positive change. The truth is, we're all in this together, whether you like it or not, my friends, whether you want that or not. We will either survive and prosper together, or we will succumb together and be another statistic demonstrating how ignorance, intransigence, ego, dysfunctional ego, can destroy humanity. Conversely, and here's the kicker, knowledge, willingness to positively change, a balanced ego, developing more of our innate consciousness and potential can be the basis of humans building a golden age whereby we can all live in peace and harmony with each other, with love and compassion, bringing in more divine light, causing the darkness to recede naturally. Which reality do you desire? What are you willing to do to help achieve that? It all begins with each one of us. The truth is, we are to be that change we wish to see in others. Again, my website is anthonyaltman.net, 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 where you can find helpful information, books, articles, and videos that can assist you on your own individual journey of developing more of your innate consciousness and potential. We can do this very easily. All we need to do is wake up and develop more of our potential. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.